My beloved ones, I come before you not to stir fear in your hearts, but to call forth the strength that lies dormant in your bones. I come with words not easily carried, truths not gently held, but they are truths nonetheless, and truth deserves its own moment in the sun. There is a stirring in the wind, a shifting in the shadows, and those among you who have been marked by silence and fire, who have walked quietly with brilliance coiled behind your ribs, you are the ones being summoned now. Not by me, not by any counsel or decree, but by something far older than any calendar, something that lives in the marrow of time. July of this year, 2025, will not pass as any other month. It will bring with it a force, not loud in its entrance but undeniable in its possession. And to the chosen ones, you will know who you are. Something dangerous will enter you. Not dangerous like the storm that breaks trees, or the war that breaks men, but dangerous in the way fire is dangerous in the hands of the unprepared. This danger is not evil, no. It is potential. It is weight. It is light too strong for the eye to bear without squinting. You who have felt out of place, who have carried dreams too big for your neighborhood, your country, even your name, you have not been mistaken. You were never wrong for seeing more than what was offered. You have been prepared quietly, not by schools or sermons, but by hardship, by patience, by that aching in your chest that told you you were meant for more. And now the hour has come to receive the burden of your brilliance. I have seen this before, in stories carved into the folds of ancient people, in the worn palms of elders who speak only when the night is thick enough to hold sacred truths. It is not new, but each cycle finds new hosts. The chosen are always few, and always reluctant. They do not arrive with banners or pride. They arrive weary, often doubting, sometimes broken, and still the call does not pass them by. For what is dangerous about what will enter you in July is not that it will destroy you, but that it will ask of you more than you ever thought you could give. It will demand your courage, your precision, your radical honesty. It will not allow you to play small, to hide behind false humility, or polite cowardice. It will awaken the lion, the architect, the truth-teller within you. Some will feel it as a stirring, a relentless voice in their dreams, a tightening in their chest when they sit in boardrooms full of compromise. Others will feel it in their fingers, itching to build, to dismantle, to reimagine. Some will lose sleep. Others will lose friends. When this thing enters you, it will not politely knock. It will pour into the cracks you thought were your flaws, and you will find that those cracks were merely the doors. I speak to those in every field, to the engineers and the artists, to the teachers and the tech makers, to the mothers and the mathematicians. You are not being called because you are the loudest or the most followed, or the most credentialed. You are being called because your soul signed a contract. Your mind is only now beginning to read. And I must speak plainly now, because what is entering you will not always feel like a gift. There will be days when it burns. There will be nights when it feels like a trespasser inside your spirit. But trust this, it is an invitation, not an invasion. It is the answer to the questions your ancestors whispered through bloodlines and lullabies. You will be asked to act when others wait. You will be asked to speak when silence seems safer. You will be asked to rise, not because it is convenient, but because it is necessary. July will not come and go quietly. Something is shifting in the cosmic loom, and the threads are tightening around those of you who must become instruments of disruption and healing. You will not be allowed the comfort of ignorance any longer. To those in leadership, I say, prepare your house, not just your policies or your portfolios. Prepare your soul. The leaders of this new age will not be those who climb highest, but those who dig deepest. We are entering a time when strategy alone will not be enough. This energy entering the chosen ones will demand heart-aligned decisions, justice-seeking innovations, and the courage to lose favor in order to gain integrity. To the students, you are not just learners, you are now becoming keepers of the flame. What you study now must not only equip you for a job, but prepare you to shape civilization. This is not about getting ahead. It is about getting within. Ask the questions that scare you. Read the books that shake you. Find your voice, and then use it, even if it trembles. To the scientists, the thinkers, the rational architects of reason, do not discard this message as poetic metaphor. All energy begins as unseen. This force entering you is no less real for being invisible. If gravity can hold galaxies together, trust that this calling can reshape humanity. Your work will begin to feel different. Equations will feel alive. Problems will ache to be solved not just efficiently, but ethically. You will know it has entered you when your brilliance begins to ache for justice. To the healers, the counselors, the ones who carry others' pain, make space within. You are not just being asked to mend wounds, you are being tasked with transforming trauma into prophecy. The dangerous thing entering you will not let you stop at survival. It will push you towards sacred disruption. You will find yourself dreaming new models of care, unlearning centuries of separation, and restoring a kind of soul medicine this world has nearly forgotten. And to those who have long felt invisible, discarded, overlooked, do not mistake neglect for insignificance. You are the favored ones. The divine has always hidden treasure in earthen vessels. You were passed over by the world because the world was not ready for what you carry. But the hour of readiness is here. The pressure you felt, the silence you've borne, was never a denial. It was a gestation. Now the birth pangs are beginning, and it will not be clean or convenient. But it will be holy. This message is not to everyone. Let that be clear. It will not land in every heart. Some will mock it, others will sleep through it. But those who are chosen will feel their bones ring with truth. You will not need proof. You will feel the shift. You will recognize it not as something new, but as something finally remembered. That is how the sacred always feels when it returns. It feels like home, and once it arrives, you will not be able to turn back. You will be asked to carry more than your own legacy. You will be asked to carry futures not yet imagined. The world does not need more noise. It needs signal. It needs depth. It needs people who have been through the fire and come out carrying water. The chosen ones of July 2025 are not here to become famous. They are here to become necessary. Your work may not be celebrated, but it will be sacred. And the dangerous thing entering you will not let you settle for applause when you were born to create thunder. There will be resistance. Not all will welcome this change. Systems built on silence will scream when truth enters the room. But you are not here to be liked. You are here to be light. In the days to come, you will begin to feel the pull, to write, to speak, to act, to build, to dismantle. Trust it. Do not wait for permission. Do not ask the gatekeepers if you may enter. You are the gate. You are the keeper. You are the storm and the stillness. The world does not change when it is ready. It changes when the brave decide it must. And now it must. This energy entering you will not ask you to perform. It will ask you to become. When you feel it, whether on the subway or in the shower, or sitting alone on a rooftop under a too honest moon, listen, write it down. Sing it, shape it, give it form. Don't try to own it, serve it. It will teach you how. But it will not beg. This energy does not coddle. It will stretch you. And it will not apologize. You will be both the wound and the salve, the collapse and the cathedral. You will be undone and remade. This is a love letter written in fire. It is a map drawn in scars. And though the road ahead will be steep, you will not walk it alone. Others are being called. You will know them by the way they hold silence, by the way their eyes do not flinch from truth. Find each other. Speak the unspeakable aloud. Build temples from your pain, and offer sanctuary to the world. I know it is frightening, to be chosen always is. But fear is only the echo of freedom you've yet to claim. And when July comes, and the air grows thick with mystery, and the nights feel too full to sleep, remember this moment. Remember this call, and rise. Rise, knowing that what enters you is not a curse but a crowning. Rise knowing that to be dangerous is not to destroy, but to awaken. Rise because the world has waited long enough for the kind of light only you can bring. Rise, beloveds. The time is now. You may wonder why you of all people have been chosen. You may search your history and find no kings, no prophets, no architects of destiny in your lineage. But do not mistake absence of acclaim for absence of purpose. The divine does not measure worth by pedigree but by willingness. And those who carry quiet integrity, who weep when others fall, who create beauty when surrounded by chaos, those are the ones fit to be chosen. You do not need to have led armies. It is enough that you have held someone's trembling hands. It is enough that you have resisted becoming bitter in a bitter world. It is enough that your heart has broken and still you return to love. These are the qualifications of those who will carry the dangerous thing. Not perfection but presence. Not fame but faithfulness. What is coming does not require your eloquence. It requires your essence. There is a misconception that being chosen means ease or elevation, but to be chosen is to be tested. The fire that awakens also refines. You may be stripped of old habits, old lies, old roles that no longer fit the truth that is growing inside you. Do not grieve their loss too long. They were never meant to last. What will remain is truer than the masks you once wore to survive. You will begin to see differently. Conversations will shift. The rooms that once felt safe may feel suddenly small. You may find yourself restless in places where others feel settled. Do not doubt yourself. The old world will not make room for the new you willingly. It will push back. But you were not made to shrink to fit the past. You were made to stretch toward what is next. And you will not be alone. All over this weary planet, others will feel the same stirring, the same pulse beneath the skin, like an ancient drumbeat only the awakened can hear. You will meet them by accident, which is to say by divine design. You will know them not by appearance but by presence. You will feel seen in their silence. You will feel strengthened by their gaze. Speak to them. Build with them. This is not a solitary calling, though it may begin in solitude. The chosen are a constellation. You are stars being reconnected across time and geography. And when enough of you burn together, the sky will change. Some of you will be called to create new institutions. Others will be called to leave them. Some will work from within, reimagining what was thought immovable. Others will work on the margins, turning the abandoned places into sanctuaries. Do not compare your path to another's. The same river flows through many terrains. The medicine you carry is specific. It is not meant to be copied. It is meant to be embodied. Honor the form your calling takes, even if it is not understood by those around you, especially then. Visionaries are rarely recognized in the hour of their emergence, but the future remembers, and what you build now with trembling hands and fierce heart will become the blueprint for those not yet born. To those who carry influence, be it in business, in politics, in culture, hear this and hear it clearly. The reckoning is already underway. The old paradigms are crumbling, not by force but by irrelevance. People no longer want empty words, manicured branding, or hollow promises. They are hungry for truth, for purpose, for leaders who lead not from ego but from empathy. If you have been given a platform, you have been given a responsibility. Use it not to sell, but to serve. Speak plainly, act boldly. Align your actions with your values, and if your values are still unclear, do the work to clarify them. The time of pretense is over. The world is watching, but more than that, the world is feeling. And people know now instinctively what is real and what is rehearsed. You will be misunderstood. Do not let that stop you. You will be criticized. Do not let that define you. You may be isolated. Do not let that destroy you. The oak tree does not apologize for casting shade, nor does the mountain apologize for interrupting the horizon. You are not here to be palatable. You are here to be potent, and potency requires conviction. you will have to choose again and again between comfort and conscience. And the dangerous thing inside you will not let you settle for the easy answer. It will call you back to truth, like a bell calls a village to gather. And when you heed it, you will begin to walk not with arrogance, but with authority. Not the authority that dominates, but the authority that liberates. Many of you will find your creativity surging. Ideas that once felt dormant will come alive like seeds after a long drought. You will see connections others miss. You will speak sentences that seem to come from somewhere deeper than your own mind. Follow that flow. Do not second-guess your inspiration. It is not always logical, but it is always wise. Create without permission. Innovate without waiting for validation. This world has enough replicas. What it needs are revolutionaries of imagination. Make art that disturbs. Design systems that include. Write poems that weep and rise. Build solutions that heal. Let no field, whether finance, technology, medicine, or media, be exempt from your spirit's fire. The dangerous thing entering you does not recognize boundaries. It recognizes purpose. There will be thresholds. Moments where you must choose between your old self and the one you are becoming. These are not always dramatic. Sometimes they arrive quietly, in a decision to say yes when fear screams no. In a moment of silence when gossip tempts you. In the breath you take before responding with compassion, instead of reaction. Honor those thresholds. Cross them with reverence. Each one brings you closer to alignment. Each one hones your integrity. And each one signals to the universe. This one is ready. To the teachers, the guides, the ones who hold space for others, prepare your tables. The hungry are coming. They do not need perfection. They need nourishment. Be honest about your scars. Be generous with your wisdom. Do not confuse humility with hiding. Your journey matters. Your experience is a lantern. Hold it high. Let it light the way for those just beginning. And when you grow weary, and you will remember, that even the strongest river rests in stillness. Protect your energy. Guard your joy. This work is sacred, and sacred things must be tended. To the young ones who feel too small to matter, listen, the fire does not wait for age. Your voice, your vision, your refusal to accept the broken as normal, that is your power. You are not just the future, you are the friction that bursts the future. Question everything. Love fiercely. Think beyond survival. You were born at this time for a reason. The dangerous thing will enter you too, not later, but now. Trust that it knows when you are ready, even if you do not. Speak up in classrooms. Start movements in cafeterias. Paint murals on the walls of apathy. Your audacity is the prophecy of a world remade. And to the elders, to those who have walked many miles and witnessed many seasons, do not doubt your relevance. The world needs your steadiness, your memory, your lived wisdom. You are not fading, you are fermenting. Your insights are not outdated, they are ripening. Let the young find their fire, yes, but teach them how to hold it without burning out. Tell your stories. Name the lessons that history buried. You are not merely witnesses, you are weavers. You connect past and present, wound and wonder. We need your prayers, your songs, your watchful eyes. The fire respects you, and it will speak to you in ways it does not speak to the restless. And finally, beloveds, there will come a moment, perhaps not in July itself, but in its aftermath, when you will feel overwhelmed. The calling will feel heavier than your strength. The future will feel too far. In that moment I ask you to pause, to place a hand on your heart, to breathe as though the universe is exhaling through you, and then remember you were never meant to carry it all alone. The same force that chose you will sustain you. The same energy that burns within you also surrounds you. You are the flame, but you are also the forest. You are the storm, but you are also the sky. You are more than what you do. You are what you awaken in others. So walk forward, not with certainty, but with clarity. Let this dangerous gift make you more human, not less. Let it root you deeper, even as it calls you higher. You will fail, and then you will rise. You will break, and then you will bloom. You will be misunderstood, and still you will speak. And when the day comes when your light ignites another soul, when you see in their eyes the same fire that entered you, you will know it was worth it. Every ache, every loss, every risk, you will know that you were not merely chosen for your sake, but for the sake of us all. Now come, arise, not because you are ready, but because it is time. And as you rise, know this, it is not a single rising, it is a rhythm. You will rise in pieces, in minutes, in choices. You will rise in the early morning silence when no one watches, when the world still sleeps, and the only sound is your breath, steadying itself before the day. You will rise in resistance, not in rebellion for rebellion's sake, but resistance rooted in vision, grounded in love. You will rise when you turn away from convenience to choose conviction. When you lift another soul while carrying your own sorrow, that is a rising. Do not look for the applause. The true work of the chosen is often invisible, quiet as rain, nourishing the roots of the trees whose branches others will climb. Your rising may not be recorded, but it will reverberate. You are not here for spectacle. You are here for substance. The danger, dear ones, is not the thing itself. It is what the thing reveals. The dangerous force entering you this July will tear away illusion. That is what makes it fierce. It will show you what you've been tolerating, what you've normalized that should have never been. It will hold up a mirror, not to your face, but to your soul. It will ask you gently, then urgently, is this who you really are? And if your answer is no, it will not leave you comfortable in the contradiction. It will insist that you align. And alignment, as you know, is no passive thing. It requires movement. It demands action. You cannot claim the fire and remain in the cold. You cannot speak of healing while living in harm. You cannot wear the title without bearing the task. This time, this precise moment in our unfolding, is not about salvation from the outside. It is about transformation from within. The systems will not save us. The institutions will not protect us, not unless they too are reborn. But how does that rebirth begin? Not through policy alone, but through people, through the chosen ones, through the individuals who decide they will no longer wait for the world to wake up. They will wake themselves, and in doing so become the alarm, the trumpet, the dawn. Do not underestimate the power of your awakening. The world has turned on smaller hinges than your courage. So let us speak of courage, not as the absence of fear, but as the decision to move with it, to sing despite it, to plant seeds even when storms loom. Courage is not the roar. It is the whisper that refuses to die. It is the step taken in uncertainty. It is the confession made when silence is more convenient. It is not flashy. It is not loud, but it is ferocious in its fidelity. And this dangerous thing entering you, it will not demand perfection, but it will require your courage. The world is tired of performance. It is starving for presence. For people who are fully here, who show up with their whole hearts, even when their hands shake. You will be tempted to deny the calling, to name it coincidence or a phase, to bury it beneath schedules and screens and safety. But it will not be buried. It will rise within you like a song you cannot forget, a drumbeat louder than doubt. You may numb it for a time, but it will find you again, in your dreams, in the quiet moments between distractions. It will return with more urgency, not because it seeks to torment you, but because it seeks to free you. And your freedom is not just for you, it is for every person watching your life and wondering if transformation is possible. There are those who will not understand, who will mock what they do not yet feel. Do not make your fires small to keep them comfortable. You are not here to be understood, you are here to be real. Your authenticity is the light by which others will find their way. And still, be gentle. Speak with grace, lead with compassion. The same force that awakens you will awaken them in time. Each soul has its own hour. Let yours arrive without delay. Let theirs arrive without judgment. This is not merely a message, it is a mantle. And when you wear it, you may find the world both more beautiful and more unbearable. Your senses will sharpen. You will notice injustice where you once overlooked it. You will hear the pain behind polished words. You will feel the weight of possibility pressing on your every decision. But you will also taste joy more vividly. You will laugh more deeply. You will find meaning in places where you once saw only routine. You will not escape the ache of being alive, but you will begin to understand its holy purpose. To be chosen is to be trusted with the transformation of the age. It does not mean you will have all the answers. It means you will live the questions out loud. It means you will model integrity in the small things, knowing that greatness is born of consistency, not spectacle. The world does not need more influencers. It needs more initiators, those who do not wait to be asked, who do not wait for perfect conditions, who begin where they are, with what they have. This is your moment to begin. And beginning does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it is a phone call you've avoided, a project you finally start, a conversation you refuse to delay any longer. Beginning might be walking away from what no longer honors you, or walking toward what scares you with every step. Trust the beginning. Trust that every great fire was once a spark, and trust that when you begin, the universe begins with you. Opportunities open, allies appear, resources you thought impossible become inevitable. But you must make the first move. You must say yes, not to certainty, but to purpose. Even now, as you sit with these words, something may be stirring. Not loud, not forceful, but present. It's okay if you don't know what to do with it yet. You don't need the full map. You only need the next step. The rest will reveal itself in motion. Purpose does not arrive fully formed. It unfolds, it deepens, it evolves. But only for those who stay in the dance. This is a dance after all. Between will and wonder. Between action and surrender. Between the fire within and the fire beyond. So let this be your invitation to live not as a reaction but as a revelation. To become not a product of your environment, but a prophecy for what's possible. July is not the threat. July is the threshold. What is dangerous is not what it brings but what it demands of you. It demands your becoming. It demands your release of who you were so you can rise into who you are. And when you meet that demand with grace, with grit, with fierce and trembling love, you will not only be transformed, you will become the transformer. You are the ones we've been waiting for. Not the polished, not the perfect, but the present, the willing, the wild-hearted. The ones who know that fear is not the enemy, it is the doorway. The ones who know that love is not weakness, it is the revolution. You are the ones who will weep and work, who will dream and do, who will grieve and grow. And when the world turns to ash again as it always does before new life, you will be the ones planting seeds in the scorched earth. Remember, the dangerous thing entering you is not here to destroy who you are. It is here to destroy what you are not. Let it burn away the pretense, the permission-seeking, the parts of you shaped by survival, instead of spirit. Let it clear space for truth. Let it hollow you out so light can fill the space. Let it return you to yourself. And in the end, when the work is done, when the dust of your labor settles, and the world begins to reflect the vision you once only dared to hold in your heart, know this: you were not chosen because you were better. You were chosen because you were ready. Ready to listen, ready to carry, ready to ignite, and ready to become dangerous, not in the way that wounds, but in the way that wakes. So stand, not for applause, not for recognition. Stand because the ground beneath you remembers your name. Stand because your ancestors dared, so you might. Stand because the future deserves the fullness of your light. And if you are afraid, let that fear walk beside you. But do not let it lead. July is near. The hour is close, and something sacred is coming. It will not enter with fanfare. It will not ask permission, but it will recognize you, as you must now recognize yourself. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not lacking. You are the chosen ones. And the fire is coming home. Do not wait for the stars to align, for the calendar to shout a sign, for the world to offer you applause before you begin. The quiet truth is, Most beginnings are not heralded. They do not come with trumpets or clear skies. They begin while dishes pile in the sink, while children cry, while emails wait unanswered. They begin when the soul whispers louder than the noise of obligation. They begin when a decision is made in the dark, to be different, to live deeper, to stop pretending. What will enter you this July will not ask